The line you see on a map is not just ink. That line is the result of power, history, and decisions. Today we will understand how borders of countries are formed. Border means from here rules change. On one side, there is one government system. On the other side, there is another government system. A border is not just a door. A border is also an agreement. Sometimes a border is the outcome of a conflict, and often a border is the final paper of a long negotiation. To understand today's borders, we have to look at four things: geography, people, power, and paperwork. From these four things, the structure of borders is formed. Geography, when nature becomes the border. The simplest borders are the ones that follow nature, like rivers, like mountains, like deserts. Nature provides a clear barrier, so drawing a line feels easy. But nature is not stable either. A river can change its path. Mountain passes allow trade and movement. That is why natural borders also are never final. People. Who lives where and who connects with whom? While forming a border, one important factor is population pattern. Which language is spoken more? Which markets are connected to each other? Which routes are used daily? Sometimes the same community gets split into two sides. Sometimes around the same city, a new border appears. That is why a border sometimes creates social friction, and sometimes stability as well. Power. The role of war, collapse, and control. Many borders are set after wars. After a war, there is a settlement between winners and losers. Sometimes an empire breaks and new countries are formed. Sometimes colonial control ends and new states emerge. This process is often fast, and fast decisions leave long-term complexity behind, because ground reality does not match a simple line. Paperwork, treaty, law, and recognition. To make a border stable, paper is necessary. Treaties have exact wording. Coordinates are defined. Maps are attached. First, demarcation happens, meaning a line on paper. Then, delimitation happens, boundary details according to rules. And then, marking on the ground happens, actual pillars, fences, and checkpoints. These three steps can create different problems. Paper is clean. The ground is messy. How borders are actually drawn. Step 1. First, a claim comes. This area is ours. A claim can be based on history. A claim can be based on security. A claim can be based on resources. A claim can be based on identity. The goal of a claim is to create leverage. Step 2. The negotiation frame is set. Then, talks happen, direct or mediated. Parties decide on what basis the line will be drawn, on the basis of natural features, on the basis of old administrative boundaries, on the basis of population distribution, on the basis of security buffer, on the basis of trade routes. This frame itself decides future tension. Step 3. Compromise and trade-offs. Most borders are not perfect. Borders are trade-offs. One side sacrifices land, the other gains access. Sometimes there is a deal on water rights. Sometimes there is a deal on a transit corridor. Sometimes a shared management model is formed. This compromise sometimes brings stability, and sometimes is only a temporary patch. Step 4. Recognition and enforcement. The practical test of a border is, are the rules working on the ground? Is the customs system working or not? Is police jurisdiction clear or not? Do citizens know which laws apply? If enforcement is weak, then the border is strong on paper and porous on the ground. Types of borders. A lens to understand the map. Some borders are hard, where entry is strict. Checks are heavy. Movement is controlled. Some borders are soft, where trade is easy. Travel is smoother. Checks are minimal. Some borders create buffers, like demilitarized zones or neutral strips. Some borders are maritime, lines in the sea, shipping routes, and fishing rights. And some borders extend into airspace, meaning a border is not only on land. Long-term impacts of borders. Economy. A border decides tax, customs, and trade rules. One line can make a supply chain fast, slow, or completely blocked. The economic pattern of towns around the border changes. Sometimes a border city booms, sometimes it becomes isolated. Security. Borders are the base of security planning. Surveillance, checkpoints, and patrol routes all are linked to the line. But along with security, daily life friction also comes. Students, workers, and families, everyone's routines are affected. Identity and administration. A border decides education system, documents, currency, and laws. In the same region, two different identities can grow. And sometimes, despite shared culture, administration becomes different. Environment. Nature ignores borders. Rivers keep flowing, forests keep spreading, animals keep migrating. That is why across borders, environmental cooperation is necessary. Water sharing, pollution control, disaster response. All this requires coordination. Understanding borders is like understanding the world, because policy, economy, and security all depend on borders. Today's global trade is a connected machine, and borders work like valves of that machine, sometimes open, sometimes tight, sometimes completely blocked. That is why the design of a line creates impact for decades, and sometimes even a small change creates a big ripple. Next time when you look at a map, do not see the line as just a boundary. Think which forces formed this line: geography, people, power, or paperwork? Because on a map there is one line, but on the ground there are 1,000 realities.